Are y'all feeling the yellow though? Roll the intro.
Yeah. Shout out to Christmas.
What's good to the hotties and the homies? Welcome back to the CoffeeCreamGirl channel. It's been maybe like a few weeks since I've been on my channel. You guys know I own my own business. I'm a full-time graphic designer outside of YouTube. So sometimes I kind of just get wrapped up in my website and rebranding and orders and stuff like that. But I'm back with another popular video. This video was inspired by one of my graphic design sisters, the real J.E. Lane. My friend, she made a tweet on Twitter talking about how she was out and about living her regular life, doing whatever it was she was doing that day. And one of her clients messaged her in accordance to her story of her living her life saying, hey, don't forget about my project. And that tweet inspired this video, even though I've had it up on my board for a while and I already wrote out what I wanted to say. That tweet alone just really made me laugh because as a graphic designer, man, we laugh together all the time about the funny things that clients do. If you worked with a graphic designer before and you've been one of those people, then don't take it too much to heart. Just know that it's nothing but love. As a graphic designer, you kind of get used to it and you get used to dealing with it. But these types of clients, man, like, I'm gonna give you guys the top 5 annoyances of graphic designers, like the most irritating clients. For all of my graphic designers that don't necessarily have like a graphic design support group, just to kind of let you know, we're all in the same boat. We all deal with kind of like the same clients and we deal with like the exact same scenarios, and they get under all of our skin. So you're not weird if this irritates you as a designer and as a client. If you're one of these people, then I mean, yeah, you probably did get on your designer's nerves, but hey, just use this video to learn from it and become a better person. If you're not already, make sure that you subscribe to the CoffeeCreamGirl channel. I love to get new subscribers and hear from you guys down in the comments. So if this video makes you laugh, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. As well as if you guys have any new video suggestions that you want for me to make, then make sure you just comment those down below. But other than that, let's get into it. The top 5 worst kinds of clients to graphic designers. So coming in at number 5 of the most irritating things clients can do are the style stealers, man. Like, so here's the thing, every now and again, every graphic designer, if you're getting into graphic design, you have to understand that these are like the #1 clients that come. So pretty much it's somebody that has seen a bigger designer or work on another designer's page, and they send you another designer's work and say, hey, I want exactly this. As a designer, that is the most annoying thing. I know you're like, well, what's the issue? Inspiration, da 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 da. No, we're not talking about inspiration. We're not talking about somebody sending 4 or 5 different logos, 4 or 5 different mailers and saying like, hey, I like this about this and this about this and this about this. Can you combine all of these elements? We're talking about somebody who's taking someone's complete brand identity and wants to identify themselves as the same thing. Gunna said it, you a style stealer. First off, number one, if you like a designer's work, then you need to go to that designer. That's just what it is. Like, as me being coffee shop graphics, every single graphic designer has their own design style, you feel me? So I have my own style, my friends have their own style, and our work does not look similar, even though we use similar programs and we might use the same colors or we might use the same textures. We all have very, very different and unique design styles. And to ask for another designer to outright copy another hardworking designer's work is just, not only is it disrespectful, but it's so unoriginal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're stealing. You're literally taking someone who might have put a lot of work into creating their brand identity and then taking it to someone. Typically it happens when it's a bigger designer that they don't want to pay the bigger designer money for, and they're sending it to somebody who's in their price range saying like, hey, can you do this for me? But period, point blank, sis, if you can't afford their designs, then don't send it to me asking for me to do it. Because yes, I can do it, but no, I won't. Because the #1 thing that you see in the design community is, if I work hard on design, if me and my client work extremely hard to collaborate and come up with their brand identity, and I see another brand copying what me and my client worked weeks on, oh, I'm putting you on Front Street. I'm putting you on Front Street. I'm putting you on blast, because as a designer to designer, you should know better. But as a business owner, you should never want your stuff to look like someone else's. Like, brand identity is just like DNA. It's supposed to be unique and custom to you as a brand. And so you copying someone else doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna have the same success. And more importantly, typically it means that when people see your stuff, they're gonna automatically assume that it's the more popular person's. So that's just number 5. Like, the style stealers, y'all gotta stop that. Come up with your own ideas, come up with your own flair. It's not an issue to send me or send a designer multiple pieces from other designers and tell them what you do and don't like about certain things, but to pick a logo or pick a business card and say, hey, I want my stuff to look exactly like that, that's out of pocket. Okay. Woo. Number 4 on the list of the most annoying clients are the bad repliers. Graphic design is such an intimate process, yo. Like, me and you have to correspond back and forth about what you do and don't like. And those clients that disappear out of the, like, just out of the sky, like, you're messaging them one day about, you know what I'm saying, moving stuff around, and then you don't hear from them in a week. And this is typically why they're the most annoying clients, because they go missing for weeks, and then when they pop up, all of a sudden it becomes an emergency that you're supposed to just cater to on their end. Like, you won't hear from them from a week, and then when they finally do contact you, it'll be like,
hey sis, I know I've been gone for a while, but I really need my business cards by tomorrow. Do you think that you can get that done?
Me. I understand, we understand as graphic designers that typically people that come to us are trying to start their own business, and they're typically in between 9 to 5s and doing their business stuff whenever that they have time. And it's common to go missing for 1 or 2 days. But at the moment that you haven't responded to somebody who is responsible for doing your work for 4 or 5 days after they sent you concepts without something like, hey, I really like everything that you sent me. Do you mind if I take a little time to decide on what it is that I like? Or, hey, I'm not really feeling what you sent me. Give me a little time to do some research and maybe find some things that I might like a little bit more. If you said that to your designer, then you don't count in this category. But to just go missing on me when I'm sitting here at my computer waiting on your response to dictate whether or not we finish this project today or a week from now, and then to pop up demanding that you want something tomorrow, girl, I'm not Houdini. I'm not Houdini, and we not gonna play them games. You need to respond just the same way that we talk about professionalism, and when you send an email or you send a DM, you want a response that day. Matter of fact, most clients want their response within the next 5-6 minutes. They don't even want to wait. If you want to be responded to in a timely manner, designers request the same thing. We ask for the same thing. If I message you and you need a little time, then just say that. But to go missing is disrespectful. You're canceled. You're canceled. And see, then, and I'm just saying this for bigger designers, typically bigger designers have a response date policy, which means if you don't get back to them within 10 or 20 days of the project, you don't get your refund and you don't get your design. So y'all might want to quit playing. I know that you might be busy and you're tired from your 9 to 5, but just take the time to check your email, check your text messages, or however you and your designer communicate, and make sure that you're being very, very forward about what it is that you're looking for, and that you're just giving them accurate feedback on whatever it is that they're sending you. Real simple fix, okay? Now, from number 4 being the bad repliers, number 3, it's the other side of the spectrum. It's the clients that want to talk too much. I have clients that have no idea who I am, and automatically they want my phone number, they want to be able to text me and call me, and I get that you want to be able to communicate with your designer, and that's cool, and some designers like that level of communication. But for some of us, because of the high amount of clients that we have, I can't talk to you all the time. Like, I can't text you back every 5 minutes about your project. I can't respond to you every, you know what I'm saying, like every single second, and they get frustrated with the project, or you know what I'm saying, they send one thing and you're working on that version of it, and then they send another thing and now you're trying to work on that version. It's just like timing. So we have people on the left side that don't say enough, and then we got other people on the other side that's saying way too much. Have your vision together before you ever come to your designer, and just communicate that accurately, and just back and forth. Let's just go back and forth. Wait until you get your revision to tell me more revisions. And one thing for sure on the over communicator side are people who separate their messages and emails. Like, I used to have so many clients that would send like DM of detail instead of explaining it in one cohesive message. They'll send like 20 messages, or it'll be like email. Can you change this? Can you change this? Can you change this? Can you change this? format, 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 format. What you're trying to say. Think about it and communicate it accurately. Only need one message, okay? One email, one message. We don't gotta do too much. We ain't gotta do too much, okay? Coming in at the number 2 spot is clients that have no idea what they want, but are super picky. Who raised y'all like that? I just want to know. As a designer, it is the most frustrating thing when somebody comes to you and they say, hey, I really don't have an idea for what it is that I want for a logo, but I just really trust your creativity, so kind of just do use it.
Just do you. I know all of it.
And so you know what I'm saying? Like I said at the beginning of this video, every single designer has their design style, and you cannot associate the work that a designer produces to their actual design style, because if I have an extremely specific client, then I already know what to make. It might not necessarily be my design style, but I do know how to design it, okay? Know the difference. So if you go on someone's page and you look at all their work and you're just like, oh, I really like this specific project, you know what I'm saying, I guess, you know, I want my stuff to look like that, and then you just say, oh, you know, I just trust your creativity. What you're assuming is that the work that you saw on their page is their design style. That is not necessarily the case, because that could be a client that sent multiple images from different places and different aesthetics, because there are some really super creative clients that come to you with these super original ideas that me as a designer, I know sometimes I probably never would have thought of for their brand, but they've already thought it out before they came to me, and I know how to bring that to life. So when I do that, of course I designed it, but it's not necessarily my design style. And so clients will come to you and say, hey, I trust you, you know, just do it, do whatever you want to do. Then child, okay? So you design it, you know what I'm saying, they tell you to freestyle it, you send it to them. And then they say this exact phrase, I don't like any of it. And so as a designer, you send the natural response. Okay, that's understandable. Can you kind of tell me what you do or do not like on the palette? This answer is what defines these clients.
I don't really know what I don't like about it, but I'm just not feeling it.
What? Huh? See, this is what I'm talking about with communication. If you can't articulate to me what it is that you don't like about it or something that you do like about it, then what you're pretty much asking for me to do is just go up in the air again. And I just went up in the air, and clearly we see where we fell down at, okay? Now, I'm not saying, like I said, don't be a style stealer. Don't go grab somebody's work and say, hey, I want just this. But it's a good idea to look at some different design pages and maybe screenshot some things that you do and don't like, or maybe you like this specific font, you like this specific color, you know what I'm saying, you like this specific cursive, you like how this is put together, you like this horizontal, you like this vertical, X, Y, and Z, and sending different components and kind of piecing together what it is that you want it to look like. Not everybody necessarily has an idea of what it is that they want in their head. It's understandable. And as a designer, I'm more than happy to fill that gap for you if you don't necessarily know every single detail of what it is that you're looking for. I can help you piece that together. But to not bring anything to the table, but be picky about what you eat, oh no sis, because now we're wasting time. We're doing this weird back and forth where you don't know what it is that you want and you want me to read your mind. I'm not her, okay? I'm not a palm reader. I can't message you and be like,
oh yes, she wants B-Boss new, yes, yes, and prestige, she's feeling turquoise.
no. I'm not doing that with you. Tell me what you want. Tell me the colors that you're looking for. Tell me the glitter, or you know what I'm saying, the foil that you're looking for. Tell me, hey, I want it like this. I want it like X, Y, and Z. If I send you something and you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. As a designer, I'm more than fine with you not liking what I made. But if you can't tell me what you don't like about it, like, I don't like anything on this. If you can't say, okay, I like this glitter, but I'm not cool on the font. Or, you know what I'm saying, I like that color, but can we tone it down? If you can't give any input and you're asking for me to just do all the work, I want to fight. I want to fight you. I want to fight. I want to run hands, okay? Because it's supposed to be a collaborative process, not just me. And if you're gonna make it just me, which I'm fine with, you're gonna take what I give you. You're gonna take what I give you, okay? Because we're not gonna be arguing back and forth about you not being able to give me no input to tell me what it is that you like, okay? It's like a little kid. Use your words. Use your words, okay? Okay, and boom, coming in at the #1 spot. This is for any business owner. These are, of course, the #1 annoying clients. But I mean, for any business owner, graphic design, photography, videography, makeup, MUA, hairstylist, whatever. #1 most annoying client will always sitting at the top are disrespectful clients, okay? Now look, I don't know if it's just black people as a race. I don't know if it's just something in the tea. I don't know if it's something in your coffee in the morning. It's something about the client that just has a condescending, you work for me attitude. Like, at no point between you paying me do you own me. So be clear, okay? It's the clients that don't get a response in 5 minutes and send a long paragraph about professionalism. It's the clients who take a week to respond and then need something the next day. It's the clients who consistently have an attitude when you give them feedback. It's the clients who just have this natural disrespectful underlying tone to them. Like, you're gonna make the design process worse for both of us. You feel me? Like, a designer and a client's relationship is so key. And the clients that I work the best with are the ones that are patient, they're understanding, not pushy, but they're very knowledgeable. They're not demanding, but they know what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a good balance in the middle, and they know how to be respectful and be forward without feeling the need to, like, there's no reason when I'm reading your email I should be kind of like getting this vibe. Like, I shouldn't be getting this. When I'm reading your email, it shouldn't be all of this. It shouldn't be that, because I'm not giving you that. Me, naturally, like, of course I run a business and I'm big on professionalism, but I kind of like to treat my clients like my friends, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of relationship that I want to be able to have with you, especially if I'm helping you grow your business. And it's not necessarily a friend in the sense of, hey girl, you know what I'm saying, what you doing? It's not that, but it's just like, hey, what's up? Like, let's talk, this, that, and the other. So when I talk to you in the sense of, you're somebody who I want to have a relationship with. You're someone who I care about, because I do. You're someone who I want to see grow, who I want to see win. So when you come at me like, oh, I pay you, so you need to talk to me and do it, you see how it just come off. Disrespectful clients, thumbs down. And period, point blank, most designers, we already out of that area. If you come at me first off, depending on my policy, you're not getting your money back. But you know what I'm saying, if you come at me sideways, then trust, I'm not hurting for whatever amount of money that you're paying me to do this project. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna argue with you, and I'm not gonna debate with you, and I don't feel like I should consistently have to explain myself to you, like, especially when it comes to reading policy and understanding what a designer does and does not do, and what they do and don't tolerate. Like, it's so many clients that I have that start getting irritated or disrespectful because they didn't read the policy. The most common one is typically when it comes to turnaround time. On my website, I specify that I only work business days. Now, I don't know what high school you went to, what middle school you went to, who raised you, but in my book, business days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That means if you hit me up Saturday, if you hit me up Sunday, you're not gonna hear from me until Monday. That's kind of just what it is. That's my policy. As a designer, I respect my space, and as much as I love my work, I need to make sure that I take a break from it in order to be the best designer that I could possibly be. That's my policy. But people get on my website and they order something, and then they get upset when they order something maybe on a Friday at 10 o'clock at night, and they're emailing me over the weekend with this attitude like,
Oh my god, this is so unprofessional. I ordered on Friday and I haven't heard anything from you, and it's 2 days later.
sis, is Sunday, and you ordered Friday after hours, which means you aren't gonna hear from me regardless until Monday. Sucks to suck, hate to see it, but you should have read the policy before you even ordered anything. And on my specific websites, you gotta scroll past my policy to even put in your information. So the fact that you didn't read doesn't create an issue on my part. See, if you go on my site and you read what it is that I say, if you read my turnaround time, and when I say what I say, I mean exactly what it is that I say. I don't mean anything else. And it typically happens when clients hear from me from somebody that I share a personal relationship with, or a client that I've been working with for an extremely long time, and me and that client might have a different relationship based off of the things that I've designed for them, the amount of income that they generated for me, you know what I'm saying, like how long that they've been with me. Some of my clients have like that that VIP privilege with me. And so because they recommended somebody to me, they skip over the policy and just go based off of what a client that I've been working with for months or for years told them about me without reading any of my policy. And that they assume that their experience is going to be the exact same. With my VIP kind of clients, it's extremely direct. With clients that I don't know, it's not. Like, with clients that I don't know, it's strictly email. With clients that I'm VIP with, they have my number and they FaceTime me whenever they just feel like coming up with an idea, coming up with a flyer, they need an order, they need something ASAP. They have that access to me. Everybody else doesn't. They get referred to by clients that I've been working with for a really long time, and rather than reading the policy and just understanding exactly where they start as a client of mine and trying to work their way up, they just have this sense of entitlement. And sis, you not them, because you're not spending the same coin, the same bag as they is, so you don't get the same access and necessarily the same treatment. Of course I'm gonna do your work in a timely manner. Of course I'm gonna be professional, but it's certain benefits that you get for rocking with me. That's just what it is. I'm just a genuine believer that you should reward people for their loyalty. And that's how I feel with about 6 to 7 of my clients. They just really been rocking with me for a long time. They really been sitting with me. So I just treat them a little different because they've been so patient with me, and they've not only helped me grow, but they've watched me grow. And so because of that, I feel like I owe them the world, man. But anyway, so yeah, coming in number 1 I feel is disrespectful clients. Take your money back, sis. Take your deposit back, because I will much rather work with a client that's patient. Matter of fact, I'm more likely to drop a price for a client that's patient and understanding than do any work for somebody that's disrespectful. And that's just the tea, okay? Anyway, man, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the Coffee Cream Girl channel. I have some dope content planned this morning. If you're not already, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at CoffeeCreamGirl. I post super dope content on my Instagram, and I'm super funny on Twitter. So, you know what I'm saying, hit me up on both of those. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe this video. If you're a graphic designer and this video made you laugh, send it to another graphic designer and be like, girl, weren't we just talking about this? Okay. Dude, weren't we just talking about this, bro? Okay, yeah. So make sure that you send it to another graphic designer. If you have a graphic design friend, send it their way, because I know they're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm not alone. Because if you don't have like I said, if you don't have a design support group, then you might think that you're weird by getting irritated about some of these things, or that these things don't happen to some other bigger designers, but it happens to all of us. Literally, if you do graphic design, if you do videography, if you do photography, you're gonna have clients like this, and it's kind of just what you gotta rock with. Ultimately, I really want to stress that there's way more good, and it totally outweighs the bad. I love most of my clients. They're the best. They're the most patient, understanding, funniest, goofiest, most successful people that I know, and I wish them nothing but the best. But for y'all that fall into this category, or you're about to work with a designer and you like, ooh, that's me, ooh, check yourself or you wreck yourself, okay? Now, I'll see you guys on the next Coffee Cream Girl video. Bye. Ooh, ooh, ooh.